Okay, good afternoon, students. Up to last class, we have to completed symmetric encryption. Mainly, we have to use the two types of operations. One is the substitution techniques, substitution technique operations. Then second one is the transposition technique. So in substitution techniques, already what are the substitution techniques we have to use in cryptography? That is Caesar cipher and Playfair techniques you have to use. Those techniques already we have to discuss in last class. So now in today's class we have to discuss with that polyalphabetic substitution technique, that is the Wigner cipher. So in the Wigner cipher technique, so first we have the alphabets, that is the 0 to 25, 0 to 25, that means 26 letters we have to use. So in this 26 letters, now we have to write like this table, that is the 20. So 26 letters you have to use. In this, that's 26 letters. You have to return the. You have to creating the matrix, that is 26 by 26. Creating my matrix. One side, that is the top of the columns. You have to represent it as plain text, and rows you have to represent it as key letters. So here, this is the, for example, you have to take, this is, you can write like this, A, B, C, D, F, G, H up to Z. Similar way, you have to write in row wise, that is A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H up to Z. So here you can write in the first row, that is the A, key letter is A, and the plain text is A. That time you have to getting the capital A. So, and key letter is A and the plain text is Z, so you get the Z. Whereas plain text is A and key letter is B, that time you have to getting capital B. So like this way we have to constructing the 26 by 26 matrix. After constructing this matrix, then after constructing the matrix, now you can encrypt the data. This is the plain text. We are discovered, save yourself. This is the plain text. We are discovered, save yourself. This is the plain text. Using this plain text, you want to convert the cipher text, this plain text, using the key deceptive. So deceptive is the keyword. So here deceptive is the keyword, and the plain text is we are discovered yourself. This is the plain text. So how many letters you have this plain text? That much of key also you can write here like this, deceptive. So totally here 5, 6, 27 letters. So we are discovered save yourself, that is the 27. So 27. So here also you can write 3 9s 27. So you don't, the plain text is 30. So you can write deceptive and DEC. Like this way, you have to writing the key. How many how many letters are there in plain text? That is the key length of the plain text. Similar way, you can write key length also. So same word you have to repeat it, that much of key length. So after creating key for the plain text, now this plain text you want to convert it into cipher text. So how we can convert by using this matrix, that is a 26 by 26 matrix. So now we have to check it out. This is the plain text and this is the key. So now here we can consider the plain text is W. The plain text word is W and the keyword is D. So now you have to consider here plain text is W. So I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, W here. This is here you have the W and the word is keyword is D. So here D and you have to check it out D and here W. Here you have to get the Z, Z, A, B, C. So like this way we have to get Z. Here you have to get the Z. So like this, here the get Z. So the plain text is W, letter is the W, and the key is the D. So both you have to check it out in that matrix table. Now you get the value, get the letter, that is the Z. Similar way here, what is the next letter in the plain text? E. And here, what is the key letter is E. So check it out here. And the letter is plain text is E and the key is also, see here, what is the letter? You can get I. So see here, what is the second letter of the ciphertext? I. So like this way you have to check it out along with the plain text and the key. So what is the letter you are getting for the ciphertext? That letters, the ciphertext values you have to retain, and finally the ciphertext is generated. This ciphertext you have to transmit it from sender to receiver. At the receiver side, this message you have to receive it at the receiver side. After receive this message, again you have to decrypt like this way. So reverse process. So what is the value you have to get? Key also you know that key is here, key is there here, and what is the plain text how you can get? First you have to get the Z. So what is the first one? D. Where the D is the value? Here you have the Z. So DZ, what is the plain text value here? W. Like this way we can decrypt the value from ciphertext to plain text. Here. After decrypting the values, so here you know the key, that is the deceptive. Deceptive is the, everybody will know, the both sender and receiver know this key. And what is the ciphertext you have to receive at the receiver side? So this is the ciphertext received at the receiver side. Simply, so that is the ZICV. This is the ciphertext you have to receive at the receiver side. So now this letter and the key letter you have to compare and you get the original plain text at the receiver side. This is the way you have to decrypting the text while at the receiver side. So first at the sender side you have to encrypting the data, receiver side you have to decrypting the data. So this is regarding to that visionary cipher. So here the main strength of this visionary cipher is multiple ciphertext letters for each plain text letter. So automatic keys we have to change. You could not read the exact information, could not be retrieved. That is the problem while we have to facing. So exact keyword only you know that easily you can capture that information. Without knowing the key, you could not retrieve the original plain text. So this is regarding to that visionary cipher. And another type of cipher technique you have to use, up to now what you have to discuss is that is the Caesar cipher technique, Playfair cipher technique, and visionary cipher technique. And next one is the one-time pad cipher. So one-time pad cipher means simply it is an unbreakable crypto system. So generally the message you have to represent it with the sequence of zeros and ones. For example, all numbers, what are the numbers you have to use, numbers or characters you have to use while you have to sending the plain text. That plain text you have to convert it into binary system using ASCII code. So using the ASCII, what are the letters you have to sending, that letters must be converted into binary form. Okay, so here after sending the message, once a key is used, so for example here you want to convert the cipher text like this, plain text XOR operation of with the key value. Plain text first value, first character, and key first character with the XOR operation. So with the XOR operations, clearly you have easily you can encrypt the value. For example, see here, this is the plain text. Let us see here. This is the original plain text. You have to sending the data. So this plain text, along with you can use the key. So this is the key. So after letter, you have to convert it like this. You can get this plain text. You want to send from sender to receiver. So now this plain text you have to convert it into ciphertext using the key 101 01100. So using this key you can convert this plain text to ciphertext. So first letter of the plain text and the first letter of the key. See here 10. 10, what is the XOR operation generally? Both zeros or ones, the value is 0. Other cases, you get the 1. So what is the first letter of this plain text? Is first letter is 1. So here the value is, here also key is also 0. 1 0. So automatically the ciphertext value is 1. 0 0 0. Next one 0 1 1. 0 1, third one. So 0 and 0 1 1. Next one 1 1. Both are ones, 0. Next 0 0 0. 1 1 0 0 0 0 1 1. So this is the way we have to convert plain text to ciphertext. Clear? So this is regarding to the one-time pad cipher technique. So first, whenever you want to send the message, the plain text you have to convert it into ASCII form. After ASCII form, after converting the ASCII form, the plain text XOR with the key. Binary form of the plain text XOR with the key. So you get the ciphertext. This ciphertext we have to transmit it through communication channel. At the receiver side, we have to receive that ciphertext. Again, this ciphertext we have to decrypt it. Okay, so you know that this is the actual one encryption process. Decryption process how we can do? See here. See here in decryption process 1 0 0 0 1 0 1. This is the ciphertext value. And you know the key. What is the key? 1 0 1 0 11 00. This is the key. So how can get the plain text. So now see here like this, you get the value 1 1 that represents 0 0 0 1 0 1 0 0 1. So you get the original plain text here. See here, this is the original plain text. Clear? All of you understand this one? Have any doubts regarding to this? Raise your hand. Yeah. Okay. So after encrypt the data as well as decrypt the data. So it is unbreakable ciphertext only. So the main disadvantage of this one is it is expensive to transmit the data. These are the techniques we have to use. That is the substitution techniques. Up to now, what we have to discuss: Caesar cipher, Playfair, visionary cipher, and one-time pad cipher. These all techniques are simply called as substitution techniques, mono-alphabetic and polyalphabetic techniques. These are the substitution techniques. Now we have to discuss with that transposition techniques. So already you know that substitution technique means simply we have to replacing in the place of one character, we have to replace with the other characters. For example, here you have to see this is the actual plain text. So this is the actual plain text. This plain text we have to substitute it with the other number. That type of technique is simply you can say that substitution technique. Next one is the transposition technique. So in transposition techniques, mainly we have to concentrate whatever the plain text we have. So for example, we have the plain text hi. So this plain text we have to transpose. Simply you can alter the letters. Simply you can say that that type of technique is called transposition technique. So here, for example, here you have to, this is the transposition technique. So mainly we have to use the rail fence. Rail fence is the technique we have to use it for the transposition. Already up to last class we have to completed the substitution techniques. In transposition technique, mainly how transpose, and that is means alter. Simply how you can alter that. First you have to check it out. Right, first one is technique you have to use it in transposition, that is the rail fence. In rail fences technique, simply the original plain text meet at the schoolhouse. That is the original message. I want to use the transposition technique. I want to use depth 2. Depth 2 I want to use here like key. So first one I want to write like this. Meet at the schoolhouse. That is the original plain text. So original plain text I want to write like this: M E E T. I want to use the depth 3. That case M E E T like this. I want to use the depth 2. Now you have to write M E E T. Meet A T at T H E. Meet at the school. S C H O O L H O U S E. So this is the plain text we have to write. So right, in the fence of rail fence of depth 2. So now the plain text you have to convert it right into the ciphertext like this: MEAT ACOLOS ETTHS OHU. So we don't have any meaning here. So this is the way you have to encrypting the, under that same message you have to alter, that is transposing, this is the technique is called rail fence technique. So altering the plain text is simply can represent it as transposition technique. So here you can use that simple technique, that is the rail fence technique. In the rail fence technique, in the depth of 2, you can write like this. This is the original plain text. Meet at schoolhouse. That is the original plain text. I want to convert this plain text like MEE. You can use the depth 2. You can write like this. You can use the depth 3. So MEE. So third row also you have to consider. You can use the depth 4, fourth row. Like this way you can write, yeah, whenever you have to writing the information from the first row onwards, you can write the first row, second row, third row, fourth row, like that. So here in depth 3, like this way you have to converting plain text to ciphertext. This is regarding to the transposition technique, first one. And second transposition technique is row transposition ciphers. So here you can apply the more security, more complex. That time you have to use row transposition technique. In this row transposition cipher, you can write the message in a rectangle form, row by row, and permute the order and columns. For example, here I want to write the message like this. This is the key 4, 3, 2, 1, 5, 6, 7. And that means I want to consider as the, for example, I want to take it as a key is 7 letters, or you can use the 8 letters. So based on the key length, for example, 1, 2, 5, 6, 7. So here, at first plain text you have to write like this: meet at the school house. And that means here you can use the 7-bit key. You have to use it. That time you can write 7 letters in each row. 7 letters in each row. Whereas you are using the only 6-letter key, that time 6 letters only you can write like this. Clear? Key is 7 letters key, you use it, that time you can write the 7 letters. So I want to use the 7 letters. So meet at the school house. So write like this. After writing it like this, first one I want to give this is the first row, first column, second column, third column, fourth column, fifth column, sixth column, seventh. So these are the columns. So now I want to give the name. So which one is the highest priority, this column or this column? So I want to give this column is the first one. So this is the 1, and this is the 2, this is the 3, and this is the 4, 5, 6, 7. So now in this column, what are the letters you have? That letters you have to consider. So E and SO, that is the first one. Ciphertext you have to convert it ESO. Clear? And the second one, second importance you have to give in TCU. So this is the TCU. Next, third one EEH. So EEH. Next, fourth one MHL. So MHL. And the fifth one AHS. So AHS. Sixth one TOE. TOE. Like this. And the seventh one TO. So like this way So the plain text, the original plain text, we have to convert it into ciphertext using the key 431257. This is the, using this key you have to convert it into the plain text to ciphertext. Clear? This is regarding to this. First one is the rail fence technique. Second one is the row transposition ciphers. So similar way you can use column transposition ciphers also. So you can write some column transposition ciphers. So whereas here you can use so key length like this you have to write, and plain text write like this, and you can give the values. Row transposition ciphers as well as column transposition ciphers. Both ways we have to write, and the plain text we have to convert into ciphertext. So next one is the, up to now we have to complete a rail fence technique for the transposition, and the second one is the simply you can represent it as row transposition techniques we have to use. Next one, another important transposition technique we have to use, that is the Festial cipher structure. Festial cipher structure, this is very important because of this structure you have to use it in encryption algorithms like DES, AAAS, AES. So whatever the algorithms, symmetric encryption algorithms we have to use, in all these algorithms you have to use this Festial cipher structure. So whenever you want to convert the plain text into ciphertext, first the plain text you have to arrange it into the block. For example, this is the input to the encryption algorithm. This is the encryption algorithms, mainly you have to use this Festial cipher structure. The encryption algorithm or plain text, the plain text you have to convert into blocks. So the length is 2W bits and the key is K. So first one, the plain text block is divided into two halves, L0, left 0 and right 0. Left 1, right 1, up to I minus 1. So number of iterations. So up to now we have to arrange. So this is the regarding to that. First, plain text you have to divide it into the blocks, and in that block left value as well as we have to consider the right values, and we have to apply that algorithm. So after applying the first round, that is I1, I2, I3, I4, up to how many rounds? So based on that rounds, the values you have to change. That is the arranging, and that is rearranging the letters. This is also transposition techniques. Generally in real-time environment you have to use the transposition techniques only. Like Festial cipher structure only you have to use. Next one, mainly in this Festial structure you must be know what is the block size, what is the key size, what are the number of rounds, and what is the subkey generation and route function. So block size means simply the entire plain text you have to divide into different blocks, 64-bit blocks and 128, 256 blocks. So increasing the, whenever the block size is increasing, automatically it improves the security. For example, you are using the 32-bit blocks, where you have to use the less security. Whenever you are using the 64, 128, 256, 512, 1024. So the block size automatically, whenever you have to improve, automatically security also improve a lot. But while executing the process, it will be little bit slow. Second one, the other parameter mainly you have to use whenever you have to discuss in the Festial structure, key size. Key size, key size also increases, automatically it improves the security. So you can use the, generally in a DES algorithm, you can use the 56-bit key only we have to use. Whereas in triple DS, 356, that is the 150 and 168-bit key you have to use in triple DS. AES 256 key you have to use. So this type of key sizes, whenever we have to increases, automatically it improves the security. And second or third one is number of rounds. So for example, you have to use the DES algorithm, you have to use the 16 rounds. 16 rounds you have to use in festival structure. So a little bit so less security compared to other AES algorithms. Automatically, the number of rounds will be increases, it improves the security a lot. And a similar way sub key generation. So automatically round will be increases, automatically its key also you have to generate it. And round functions complexity is increases always. So this is like this. See here, festival structure you have to represent it like this. This is the classical festival structure. See here, the entire plain list, that is the 2W bits. So this is the half of the bits we have to represent it as L0, half of the bits we have to represent it as R0. That is the left bits and right bits. First round, in first round we have to use, so then here we have to consider, this is the key, first key is applied to this function and process them. Again this value we have to give into that, and what is the output we have to getting, that input given as R1, and what is the output for the R0, that is taken as a L1. Like this way, this is the entire process we have to represent it as round 1, and then similar way round 2, this is the round 2. Like this way, number of rounds we have to represent it in classical structure. Finally, after number of rounds, n rounds we have to complete it, finally you get the ciphertext. This ciphertext we have to transmit it from sender to receiver. So this is automatically, this is the original plain text transposing, that means rearranging the letters. The number of rounds increases automatically. First time you have to getting the ABC letter, whenever we have to send, you can write BCA, CBA. So automatically number of rounds change on automatically values change. So that is simply can represent it as classical festival structures. So we'll continue in next class. This once we have to revise this classical festival network, then we'll start the other algorithms. See here, how to encrypt, how to decrypt, encryption and decryption process of festival structures. So we'll continue in next class regarding to this festival structure once again. So once we have to completed this one, then this is regarding to the basics of mathematics of cryptography. In mathematics of cryptography, mainly we have to discuss, first one is two types of operations. One is the substitution techniques. So what are the substitution techniques we have to use in cryptography? And second one is, what are the techniques, transposition techniques we have to use in cryptography? Mainly in the transposition techniques, we have to use the techniques, rail fence technique. So substitution techniques are, first one, Caesar cipher, already you have to discuss, play fire, Wesnary, one time pad, cipher techniques. Whereas in transposition techniques, we have to use the simple techniques, rail fence. So we'll continue in next class. Once we have to repeat this festival classical structure. Okay, thank you.
Daddy drawing. Daddy, please food. Apple count the class. What are the transportation?